Hey, I'm really happy you joined me today. It's an honor to be able to give you this information. A couple of weeks ago, I sent an email to all of you and I asked what your biggest sticking point was in dating, relationship, and everything else. And as usual, you guys rocked it. I'm talking thousands of responses, and every single one of them I read carefully. I read about your insecurities, your sticking points, your frustrations when it came down to understanding women and dating. And that is the reason why you're watching this video right now. I get it. You want to feel more confident. You want approach anxiety gone forever. You want to understand how to become naturally charismatic, and you want to know how to become the most strongest, masculine, incredibly confident man in the entire world, the man that I know you'll be by the end of this video. You're going to leave knowing 3 very simple ways you can become the most confident, attractive version of yourself without the garbagey pickup lines, Jedi mind tricks, and all this other bullshit you've been taught. Right now, I want to introduce you to a past coaching client of mine. His name is Alex. I'm excited for you to meet Alex. Do you want to know why? Because Alex used to be like you before he got all this stuff handled. He was you. He had all the fears. He had all the excuses. He had all the bullshit going on in his mind, and he overcame it. And I'm going to show you right now how Alex overcame it so you can overcome this in your life as well. Because I know, because you're a man of action. You're a man who's watching me right now. You're a man that wants to take care of this and take control and be the most confident, amazing, powerful, unstoppable, unforgettable version of yourself. Well, let's meet Alex. All right, Alex, I got a lot of great questions for you. Now, I know all the answers because we've been hanging and coaching and doing all this stuff for a long, long time, right? So, I mean, I met you when you were 19?
20.
20, okay.
Right before I was 20, so
Okay.
let's just call it 20, yeah.
And for all of you who don't know, Alex came to me just like all of you come to me. He bought the programs, and I'll tell you the programs that he bought, and he decided to save his money up and get a coaching call. And coaching is $300 an hour, right, for 1 hour of coaching. And Alex calls me up on the phone and just says, can we break this up into like 32-minute sessions? And I'm like, well, okay. I said, but maybe if we do 10 6-minute sessions. He goes, no, can we do 12 5-minute sessions? Because I want to make sure I get all this stuff handled. So, Alex, before, and this is what I've written down here, right? What was it like when you were shy and you really couldn't get this stuff handled?
I think it was more frustrating than anything else because, you know, I was a good-looking guy. I'm still a good-looking guy, and I felt like I had some sort of confidence, but I just didn't really know how to vibe with women on the energy level, you know, and I just didn't know how to hold a conversation. I didn't know how, you know, to get into their world, to make an impact on them. And it was frustrating because I originally wanted to get this handled, and I was so hungry for change. And that's kind of like one of the biggest things that I think is so important when it comes to making changes. It all starts with the hunger. And so originally, you know, I went down a different path, and you know, I read the game, and I tried all these.
You tried all the pickup stuff. I remember that I had to deprogram you,
Right.
Because the pickup stuff was turning Alex into something that he wasn't. Instead of like, you know, once again, it's okay if you're shy, and it's okay if you have anxiety around this. There's nothing wrong with being shy and having anxiety around it, because most of us are introverts. Even me, as extroverted as I am, I'm actually an introvert. What am I doing every night? I'm home, right? You know, I'm actually introverted. I actually stay and I work by myself all day long.
Home on Bumble.
Home on Bumble, yeah, home on Bumble.
Fishing on Bumble.
Fishing on Bumble. But you have to overcome all this. And the thing that Alex did, okay, was really understanding that, and I wrote this down right here, okay? It's, what happens is that you guys, you know, you guys all feel this anxiety around women. It's what I call, you know, it's a confidence code that I think is really lacking in so many men. And I wrote this down too. It's like one of the first things I ever taught Alex, okay, was to stop fucking listening to all the pickup lines and all the ways that you should be, because you should be this, or you should say this, or if she says this, what do I say next? Which means that you're in your head. So I got rid of that loser syndrome, because you feel like, how did you feel? Didn't you feel like a loser, having to go and recite things to chicks?
I mean, so everyone's different, but I think most people are kind of like me in the sense that I don't perform well under pressure. I just don't. If you tell me like, look, man, like you need to like do this in like 2 hours, I would just be like, look, I just can't perform well under pressure. And what happens is that I felt like there was absolutely no way that I'd be able to sleep with or date a woman that I was attracted to at all unless I memorized 5,000 pages of retarded shit, which is, in hindsight, it makes sense, right? Because you read it and you're like, oh, this is kind of clever, but it's a lot of material, and that's stuff that you have to keep going out and doing again and again. And it felt like a homework assignment, which is something that like put pressure on the situation. Even worse, when I would go out and I would meet women, I was a young kid. I was like trying this when I was like 17, 18. I got into college. I tried it a little bit in my first year. When I would go out and I would like try to do all this stuff. It seemed so fake, and that's kind of what turns women off so much is just the fakeness.
Well, hold that thought. Okay, the fakeness turns up, but it didn't even get rid of your approach anxiety, because the fact of the matter is that you were trying to approach fake based on memorized stuff, which didn't really get rid of approach anxiety. It actually caused more anxiety. Because you started feeling, you said this, that's why I cut you off. Okay. Women started realizing how fucking fake it was. Right. And you didn't come across as authentic and natural. You came across as like this canned fucking clown. Hi, right? I mean, that's what it feels like.
Yeah, it's like, does.
And you were not being yourself. And it's something I wrote down over here, is that approach anxiety is a made-up anxiety inside our brain. When you finally realize through our conversations, and I think it was the Men's Mastery Series and some of the other programs, right? How do you finally get rid of that approach anxiety, that fear, oh my God, I'm gonna have heartburn right now, that Prilosec fucking moment, like, right? Because that's what it is. It's like churning inside your belly, and I'm showing you this because it's like agita. When you finally lost approach anxiety, what was the fucking aha moment that really gave you your fucking balls back and really put you on the journey to being this fucking dynamic, fucking incredible man that you are right now?
So, and I talk about this a lot. I think that there's a certain level of when you see a really attractive girl that, your body changes and your stomach changes and you just get super nervous, which is all
the Prilosec moment.
The Prilosec moment, right? Yeah. Where you just feel like, oh my God, do I have heartburn? Am I getting a heart attack right now? You're faking a heart attack in the grocery store.
Deep breath, your lip quivers.
Woo,
Oh yeah, been there.
And when you push yourself through that, it gives you the result that, you're looking for it. And a lot of times, you're nervous, but I think when you say in your mind, hey, like, if this happens well, great. If it doesn't, I don't care. It's all about the learning process. So I'm kind of looking here for what doesn't work rather than what works. Meaning I'm trying to see like, I can talk to people. Let me see like what doesn't work here. Let me just give this a shot. Let me put my best foot forward. Because the worst thing that can happen is she doesn't answer me. Or it's just like, whatever.
So that was the moment. Don't go back to that.
Because nobody's going to arrest me.
Go back. Right, it's that moment. It's that moment when you finally realize, and that's what I think he's really saying to you, is that he wasn't going to get arrested. He wasn't going to get a drink poured on. And I call it the Javier Bardem moment. It's the moment where we actually get our balls and fucking say something that's so outrageous. For some of you, it may be hi. For others of you, it may be, wow, I think you're, beautiful. I wanted to come over and meet you. What's your name? For some of you, might just walk over and just go, can I have a bite of that muffin? Anything that works that becomes instinctual. Now, I think a lot of it, and this is something, I'm going to be teaching a lot in the confidence code, is that a lot of guys, once we get them over that hump of approach anxiety, because let me tell you something, okay? I'm a fucking story buster, man. I'm going to kick your fucking ass, and you are never going to have this approach anxiety again. I guarantee it, and you'll find out why in the end, okay? But there's something about keeping the conversation going, and it is the biggest. I remember when I first met you the very, very first time, okay? It was either the boot camp or it was the the rah seminar, right? Yeah. And I saw your wheels fucking churning about what to say. Oh, I'm finally talking to David Wygant, even though we talked on the phone. What do I say next to him, right? And that's like the what do I say next disease that's plaguing so many of you guys, because right here, you guys have been writing in over and over again about how to keep the conversation going, how to keep the communication going. And that's something that Alex is going to share his experience. But one of the biggest things that I learned is the power of listening. Okay, so God gave us, or whoever you believe, Buddha, Jesus, Kunta Kinte, I mean, whoever you believe created this fucking world. I love that, Roots. Alex Haley, fucking classic, right? But whatever you believe in life, however you believe your origins are from, or your ancestors, or whatever it is, they all had something that you're all ignoring. It's called your ears. And to me, a conversation is only a conversation when you listen. And the thing is, all of you are really good at that, because I've been doing boot camps for 17 years. I'm like Grandpa Boot Camp at this point, I'm the oldest. I invented the fucking boot camp. I invented this whole industry, man. I am the one who started this date coaching industry. The movie Hitch, based on me. Everything is based on me. All the coaches that you've seen are all based on everything that I've always done. Why am I telling you this? Because I've been doing something different than all of them this whole time. I actually listen. And when you listen, you can actually keep a conversation going. You see, a conversation is about allowing someone to express the words that come out of their mouth. The words are beautiful things. So when you're actually listening to a woman, she's sitting there and she's getting all excited. Oh, God, I could just feel it. She's just all excited. When I text a woman, I'm using her words back at her, which is, by the way, a great way to learn how to communicate is to get on an online dating app and keep conversations going. So, Alex, when you were like a stammering, stuttering Yenta from New York City, okay? Give it out to the Yentas, okay? Give it out to the Yentas, okay? We love Alex and I. See, Alex, you see what Alex just did? I just did a pattern interrupt with Alex, okay? Now, I could do a lot of pattern interrupts. If you notice the way my voice tonality is going, I'm excited, I'm talking, but Alex is listening the whole time. And a pattern interrupt is to literally go like this. Oh my God, the Meshuggah came and they really wanted to. And you see he's smiling and listening. And that's what a conversation is all about. It's about engaging and listening and talking. So when you were stuck, and everybody gets stuck because you're thinking about what to say next, and how do you escalate, and how do you keep the conversation going, and how do you ask her out? Because my motto is, if you fucking listen to what they say, asking them out is real simple. Hey, I enjoyed this conversation. Well, so did she. Let's get together. Perfect. Having a plan. How did you get past? How was your big fucking breakthrough when you finally listened instead of talking and vomiting words at her? Because a lot of guys just go, bleh!
Right. Right, because they listen to so much bullshit out there and they think they need to say a certain thing. And that's the biggest problem with it, is that they think they need to say a certain thing, and so they can't really be in the moment, and they can't listen to the girl, and they can't really kind of be an actor in the movie. And when I thought of it as just like, this is like a moment, and this is like a moment in their life, and I know that I'm going to change their day right now, because if I'm meeting them in Whole Foods, or if I'm meeting them in, I don't know, a bookstore, on the street, they're going to tell their friends later, like, oh my God, this really hot guy walked up to me on the street
today.
So,
but when did it switch? Because when did you...
So I'm getting into that.
When did it switch? I want to know exactly, because you're right. You are an actor in a movie. We tell guys all the time, right? Because Alex, by the way, went from being shy 19-year-old kid to being one of my coaches, okay? Because that's what dedication does. And that's the potential. You sitting here listening right now could be one of my coaches. As a matter of fact, you could be the next David Wygant or the next Alexander Miller, man. You could fucking be better than us because there's no limit to the way you think. You, my friend, are unstoppable. You're unforgettable. You're dynamic. You have charisma. You're amazing. Just no one's ever unlocked the key and taught you the confidence code. And that we're going to teach you real soon. So hang on there, okay? Don't go anywhere. So what was it? Where was it when finally, what was the moment? Like, to me, it was in New York City on the street, realizing that I was sharing a bagel with a fucking gorgeous Ford model. And I was listening to what she was saying, and she was buttering my bagel for me right there on the street, right in front of H&H Bagel on 80th and Broadway. That was my, godlike fucking aha moment where I fucking realized, holy shit, I'm not running any routine anymore. I'm just running fucking words and listening to what she says. And we fucking had sex that night. Yes, it was fucking amazing because that's what most guys don't do. Most guys come over like a block of ice, okay, and they deposit themselves there and say something like, oh, you're so beautiful. And the woman goes, okay, thank you. And then they just stare at each other like this. Look.
Like, get this.
Hello, McFly, right? So what was it, that moment when you finally fucking went from thinking to anticipating to reacting?
It's just are you talking about a specific time? Like,
Yeah, what was your aha moment?
I think I was talking to somebody in a grocery store that was like hotter than I've ever met before ever, and she was so fucking hot. We ended up going out on 2 dates. And it was absolutely amazing. And I realized that she was just a normal person. She was just the same girl as the fat girl in aisle 2. I mean, she's the exact same
That's
woman.
a funny thing over the last picture. Fat girl in aisle 2. Fat girl in aisle 2 looking to give blowjob.
Right.
I mean,
she was still just as naughty as any other girl. She still had the same emotions. She was still the same person. I never thought of her as an alien. I like to talk about, aliens. Some girls are aliens, right? I never thought of her as an alien. She was just a normal person, just like anybody else. And so I had that moment after that. I said, you know what? I can approach anybody I want. If I can approach a girl that looks like a supermodel or a supermodel or a super famous actress, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? I can approach anybody. And it goes so far as to go in business too, and it's anything in life. So I really just after that, I believed that I could just do this. And I did it once, twice, 200, 300, 400, 500, thousands of times. I'm not kidding, because I really wanted to really have that power and be able to continue it, because I knew if I met one girl that I was super into, that was super attractive, and we had a great time together, I could do it again. And I could do it 200 times.
Okay.
And so I just kept practicing. And that's really the key to all this stuff. It's just understanding that you have crushing through that fear and going out and doing it again and again and again. And that's sort of what we teach here.
Let me take them through it. Let's go through a fast exercise, okay?
Sure.
All right? And you do the exercise with me, okay? This is an exercise called the I am exercise, and it's a great exercise, and it's something that's going to lead to point number 3, which is finding a mentor, right? Okay? I want you to take your arms, and I want you to fucking go like this, okay? Just open your heart space, and I want you to go, I am power, I am power, I am power, I am power, I am
power, I am power, I am power, I am power.
How do you feel?
I am power, I am power, I am power, I am power. Feels good.
Okay. I am unstoppable, right from Tony Robbins. I am unstoppable, I am unstoppable, I am unstoppable.
I am unstoppable, I am unstoppable, I am unstoppable, I am unstoppable.
Okay. I am fucking sexy. I am fucking sexy. I am fucking sexy. I am fucking sexy. You hear, don't do that, but you hear the power of all this stuff. When you do positive I am statements to yourself, okay, you believe in yourself. And that's something about the confidence code that I'm going to teach you about in a little bit. Hang on there, it's coming, okay? But the confidence code is so amazing because that's what it's all about. Women get wet with anticipation when a confident man walks over. It doesn't matter if you're 5'8", like Alex, okay? And I've never seen him not fucking think about his height ever. As a matter of fact, he'll even say something. You were not aware of your height until what?
Until you told me.
You got it.
I never thought of myself as short. I mean, I saw people that were 5'10", and I'd be like, oh wow, they're a little bit taller than me. But what does that matter? You know what I'm saying? I doesn't stop me at all. And I think that, you know, a lot of the excuses that some of these guys have that we work with, you know, are just bullshit. We tell them right off the bat. I mean, it's just like, you know, who cares that you're a little bit overweight? Who cares that you're a little bit shorter? I've seen guys that are far less good looking than both of us get super hot girls. And
David Spade.
Yeah,
Holy
David
shit,
Spade.
David Spade, man. David Spade puts out a video on YouTube. Google David Spade. Take a look at the hot women that fuck David Spade. David Spade is like 5'1", maybe with a pair of Converse All-Stars on, right?
Yeah.
It's probably 4'11" afterwards. David Spade is usually following the yellow brick road when he first, he would have been follow the yellow brick road, follow the yellow brick road, follow the yellow brick road. I mean, David Spade is fucking short. It doesn't matter. It's confidence code. It's fucking charisma. It's all about the code of confidence that I'm going to show you. Now, the last part of something that I think is really going to blow you away is mentorship. Alex made a decision when he was 19 years old, saving his little pennies from his penny jar. I had to take like his mom's debit card, right? I think it was your mom's and a shared debit card or something where you had to make sure. I think he said to me, wait, I got to make sure that the check from Petland Discounts is in there because I scoop beta fish all the time, right? You know, don't run the card for like 3 days and 6 hours, you know? Alex made a decision which is really smart. Alex made a decision to find a mentor because that's really what life is all about. Life is really easy when you find a mentor. I've never had a mentor at all. I have just been that guy that has been fucking out of control my entire life, okay? I've had to figure things out. I've had to do things on my own. I've had to make mistakes. I never had a mentor. To me, my greatest pleasure in the world is mentoring you guys. I love it. I absolutely love it. If you ever see me on the street of New York or anywhere else, LA, London, wherever I am in this world, okay, come over and talk to me because I will talk to you. Because to me, mentoring people is the greatest high in the world. I created David Wygant to show you how to be the most amazing, confident version of yourself. So you don't have to go through the shit that I went through. So you don't have to go through the relationships I've been through. So you don't have to have the pain and suffering with the wrong women that I did. I do this all because I want to see you live an inspired, amazing, beautiful life. So Alex, man, it was always my fucking honor that you chose me as a mentor. And I remember that because you were 19 years old. You knew how important mentorship was. You weren't cheap like so many other people are. You know, people are like, oh God, I got to take my wallet out of my pocket. Hold on one second. Let me get the fucking chain it's attached to. It's like a goddamn, thing is crazy glued. Sometimes getting people's credit card is like trying to get like, you know, it's like trying to have sex with a fucking 40-year-old virgin woman that still believes that there's one man for her, right? You know, it's crazy. It's like trying to get fucking rain in LA in July. It just doesn't happen. Alex realized the importance of mentorship. Because as far as I'm concerned, anybody who doesn't want to pay for coaching or anybody who doesn't want to pay for mentorship is really cheap and really doesn't understand the power of brand you. You see, to me, I will easily pay for coaching and other things because all I have is me, my brain, my mind, my spirit, my soul. Why don't I want to be the most powerful person in the world? And if somebody amazing is offering me great information, damn right I'm giving them my credit card. I'm going to give them my credit card, my second born. I'll give them my BMW. I'll give them the clothes in my closet. I'll give them whatever it takes so I can learn from them. Because in life, it's all about the shortcuts we take. I don't want to go the long route. I don't want to have to figure it out by myself. And I'm also honest with myself. There's some shit I can't figure out on my own. So I will gladly pay somebody to teach me and coach me. So Alex, you did that. And that's such an honorable thing. And you realize that like mentorship is so important to you. Tell the guys why and how it's really giving you the shortcut to life.
If you want to learn something, you really have to go to the right places for it. And you know, like I said before, I went to a lot of the pickup stuff and I didn't resonate with it. And I actually listened to your recording. And I downloaded, because I was downloading tons and tons of stuff. This is back when like the illegal downloads, remember Napster and all that stuff, all right?
I remember Napster well.
Yeah, so I mean, you know, I downloaded your audio and I was like, I just knew right away because, you know, you were
He even
so
admitted
natural.
that he cheated me.
Yeah, I did. I was cheap.
Yep, you were cheap.
But you know what? I invested the time and I invested the money and I invested the.
You came to
efforts.
you came to a boot camp. You came to a seminar.
I started with a phone coaching.
Yeah.
And then from there, I came to a seminar. And then from there, I went to a boot camp, and then I just kept doing this stuff over and over again, and we kept in touch. And so I just did this stuff like thousands and thousands of times, and then I went to, did I come to another? No, I came to two boot camps.
Because boot camps have a free follow-up, so you came to 2 boot camps.
All boot camps,
and then every time he came, and then afterwards, when I came to the city, he said to me, he goes, I'll buy you a cup of coffee. That was like a lot out of Alex. I said, I don't drink coffee. He goes, I'll give you tea then. And then Alex would be like, can I come to another boot camp? Can I intern with you, right? And he would fucking sit there and like watch and listen.
Right.
And that's another thing too. You come to a boot camp, of course you can intern. You do any one of my coaching programs, you can always fucking intern on things. I mean, it's important, right? And Alex came to me and he was so excited. He was like, let me show you what I've learned. Let me show you what I've done. I've done this like 1,000 times. Let me show you how good I got. Let me show you, because he wants to be the best. Because let me tell you something, women, oh my God, they're amazing. They're so much fun. They're like one of the greatest pleasures in the world. There's nothing better than to get naked and fucking feel her wet pussy for the very, very first time.
It's a good feeling.
I mean, it's great to be able to go in bareback and feel that and think to yourself, oh God, I hope she doesn't have herpes, but it's such an amazing feeling. It's such an amazing feeling to have a woman succumb to your manhood. It's such an amazing feeling to be able to go out with a woman and say, wow, I'm with a real man. I was at lunch today with a woman, and she looks at me and she says, she goes, I don't get it. She goes, I have orgasms nonstop when I'm with my partners. So many men don't even understand what that's all about. And I looked at her and I said, I do. And I smiled. And that was all I had to do. I love showing you guys how to have this confidence code, this code. It's like a brotherhood code. And you got it, man. I mean, I'm so fucking proud. It's like, I'm so dedicated to people like Alex, and I'm dedicated to all of you the same exact way. So let me tell you something, okay? Alex, anything else you want to tell them before,
No, I think coaching with you is really changed me as a person, and I'm really grateful for that, because I feel so much more comfortable in my own skin, and that takes me into business. It takes me into with women, and I just feel like I'm this strong, powerful man that can get what I want, and that's what I deserve, and that's what I've always wanted. And I want to be able to have the most amazing girl. I want to have those powerful moments when she's in my bed, those powerful moments when we're hanging out together, those powerful moments when we're going out. Valentine's Day is coming up in a few days. I have an amazing Valentine. It was absolutely fucking beautiful. I asked her, I just said straight out with it. I mean, we already slept together. I just said straight out with it. I said,
and by the time you watch this, he'll already know the details, because this will be played next week after Valentine's Day.
Correct. So, I mean, and it's like, and that's perfect. I don't want to be alone on Valentine's Day. And, I haven't been alone on Valentine's Day in years. It's like,
I was going to do a party.
Huh?
I was going to do a Valentine's Day party with hot chicks here.
I might have to cancel on that girl then.
I know.
But,
Well, that's one thing. One thing I want you to say. You've done group coaching. What was the power of group coaching?
You mean as a client?
Mm-hmm.
Power of group, like a boot camp?
You've done a boot camp. You've been on phone calls, coaching with me, and so forth. What is the power of learning from each other as well?
Learning from you, or learning
from me,
people?
But also understanding, hearing other people's stuff too. How did that make you feel when you?
Well, in a way, it made me feel more comfortable, because I felt like, hey, I'm not the only one that has these feelings of approach anxiety. I'm not the only one who actually wants something like a meaningful relationship in their life. I'm not the only one who struggles and gets frustrated when they're talking to a girl for a half hour, an hour at a bar or club or out on the street, and then she doesn't call back. I'm not the only one that feels that. So that gave me less and less anxiety. I think that it made me feel like it's achievable. We're all sort of here for the same purpose, which is fantastic, because I feel like, people that are able to put their best foot forward and jump into this are going to make changes. And I think that those people are the only people that are going to make changes. And if the other people don't do that, make changes, it's going to take them 2x, 3x, 4x as long. So you gotta really invest the time. You gotta invest the money, whatever it takes, to get out there and to be able to have the power to meet anybody you want. And you talked about before. It's funny because we were actually just talking about this before we started this interview. But we're talking about Javier Bardem, the movie Vicky Cristina Barcelona, which is one of my personal favorites. And one of the things I liked about his character in that movie is like he basically sums up everything that you teach, everything that we teach. And it's like you gotta have this manpower to walk up to a woman, look her right in the eyes and say, "You're absolutely beautiful. I'm so intrigued by you. Whatever it is, let's get on a plane in an hour. Let's go to lunch."
That's the confidence code that every guy can do.
Every guy
can do, but every guy's afraid to do. So
Javier Bardem was a character was obviously much older than those two girls. I mean, clearly much older. The fact that he is so real and so authentic and so in touch with himself and has no fear whatsoever is incredibly sexy to women, and that's what I've learned to master through movies, through watching actors, but mostly through our personal coaching, because I feel more confident in myself. I'm able to walk up to anybody, whoever I want, and I don't care about the outcome at all, because guess what? It's not going to affect my day. It feels like this. It feels like if I put a Band-Aid on your wrist and I rip the Band-Aid off. Ow! Okay, on to the next thing. Who cares? It's just a Band-Aid. It doesn't matter. So once you develop the skills to be able to talk to whoever you want, you never are going to feel like, "Oh my God, Jessica didn't text me back. Oh my God," or "I screwed it up." Who cares? Jessica doesn't matter at all. You know that. Once you have the skills, you have the confidence to be a man, to walk up and say what you need to say, and say it with confidence, whatever it is, whether it's "ooga booga booga." Remember we used to do that, those exercises when I was first a client in your boot camp. We used to walk up to people and we used to go "ooga booga," and then you'd walk up and go "ooga booga." And girls would, the reaction's different.
I mean, they got Uga wet. Well, anyway, Alex, I don't want to take everybody's time up. Thank you so much for
it's a pleasure being
here. And thank you so much. And guys, Alex is now one of my coaches, which fucking you can end up being too as well. Now, I'm going to tell you something that you've been waiting for. Something that's going to change your life. Something that's going to turn you into Alex, turn you into myself, and everything else. Look, guys, Alex is a testament to how important coaching and mentoring is. I took him from shy, nervous socially, unsure of how to keep a woman interested, not 100% where he was going to go in life, to confident, charismatic, hooking up, probably way more than he should, with some pretty gorgeous women. Coaching is without a question the fastest way to go from where you are to where you want to be. If you have a leak, you don't try and fix it yourself, you call out a plumber. If you have something wrong with your head and need surgery, you get a brain surgeon to do it, right? You don't ask your friends to do it for you, right? And it's exactly the same with confidence, social dynamics, and dating. For the last 20 years, I've been helping guys just like you and Alex become the most confident, charismatic, badass versions of themselves possible. And if I had $1 for every private coaching inquiry I get from guys asking me to help them with their social and dating confidence, I'd be driving a Ferrari and living on a beach in Hawaii. God, that sounds good. The reality is I can't coach everyone. And at $300 an hour, coaching, unfortunately, isn't an option for everyone because a lot of people can't afford that. I've worked with guys who have paid me $2,000 plus for 4 weeks of coaching, and then said they'd have to pay me double because they got so much value out of it. In fact, I think a couple of them are actually married right now, so I obviously did something right in their lives, if you believe in marriage. But obviously, not everyone can throw $2,000 at me to help them get where they want to be, to be honest. It kind of got to me. You see, I've been doing this for nearly 20 years. I've said everything I could possibly ever say about dating, and I mean that. Trust me, I'm not still doing this because I enjoy talking nonstop about dating. I'm doing this and sitting here talking to you right now because I love hearing success stories from my clients. That's what drives me. I love hearing from guys who started off low on confidence, who didn't believe they were worthy of beautiful women and success, and who had practically given up on ever living their dream with women. Then by the time I finished working with them, they're confident, kicking ass in the world, excited about dating, and many things and happy. Many of them are in happy, fulfilled, loving, incredible relationships. And I want to help more of you. I was actually getting frustrated that I couldn't coach more of you. So I went away and I did some soul searching, and I came back and ran through all of my ideas, and I got a million ideas all the time. And my team thinks I'm crazy and nuts, and I'm actually super excited today to introduce you to the Confidence Code. I wanted to find a way to help you find more happiness and fulfillment with women. I made myself a promise at the start of 2017. Yes, 2017! That this year I would help more guys achieve social success than any other year imaginable. And now I found a way to make it happen. If you ever wanted to work with me personally, but not been able to find the time or investment needed, you're going to love this. The Confidence Code is a 4-week coaching course that you can take at your own pace and in just 5 to 10 minutes a day. It will completely transform your social and dating life beyond all recognition. Each week, I'm going to send you 2 videos full of tips and strategies on the particular subject related to dating and relationships we're covering that week. You'll then be able to correspond directly with me, sending me an email question about the videos that you've just watched, or, in fact, any other dating question on your mind. This will be your chance to have me answer your most pressing questions and concerns. Guess what then? Then at the end of the week, you'll jump on a group coaching call with myself and your fellow Confidence Code colleagues. And for an hour or an hour and a half, we're going to discuss the key concepts and ideas I've covered in the videos that week. I'll share my own personal stories, and then I'll open the floor to any questions you guys want to ask me. Now, the calls are going to be held once a week in total privacy, and you don't even have to talk. If you want, you could just listen and send me your question by email, or you can even type your question in the chat. It's that simple. Along with all that, I'm going to record the call for you and upload that to the members area so you can listen back to the calls whenever you want. It also means that if you can't make the call live, you're not going to miss out on anything. You have lifetime access to all the calls, all the coaching videos too. So this just isn't something you do for 4 weeks and then forget about. I'm giving you 4 weeks of coaching videos. I'm giving you 4 weeks of group coaching calls. I'm giving you 4 emails to me directly and access to a community of other amazing people like yourself on the same journey to love, fulfillment. Look, as an understanding how women think, which is so pivotal to what you're going to learn in the course, I'm also going to throw in a copy of my brand new audio program. It's called Inner Game. It's fucking amazing. It's going to teach you exactly how to have the mindset that you need along with the course. So I know you're asking yourself, all right, David, I hear you, but how much is this going to cost me? You know, you said guys paid $2,000 to be coached by you and they weren't getting all the coaching videos and free products. Is this going to cost a fortune? You know what the answer is? No, a big no. I told you I wanted to reach as many of you as possible, and so I priced this at a level I think that allows most of the guys that are right now watching to jump on board. You can join my Confidence Code today for just $297. That's right. That's not $297 a week or $297 a month. That's $297 one time for absolutely everything. It's the 4 weeks of video coaching you can keep for life. It's the 4 weeks of group coaching calls and recordings. It's the 4 emails you can send to me personally. And it's the free copy of my new program that hasn't been released yet called Inner Game. All you need to do is hit the Let Me In button, because I'm in there waiting for you, below this video, and you'll be enrolled into the Confidence Code right away. Immediately, I'll send you the first lot of videos, and the first coaching call will be held 7 days after this is over. So what are you going to learn on these videos? Well, we're going to cover a lot of great stuff. We're going to cover social anxiety, approach anxiety, how to beat it forever. It's going to be gone, goodbye. So you're not just faking confidence, so your default is authentic confidence. In week 2, we'll be diving into charisma, how to be interesting, how to walk into a room and own it. And this can open a ton of doors to you in business as well. It's not just women, guys. It's about making money too. We'll be handling conversation confidence. I'll teach you. I'll bring a woman on the call. We'll go back and forth. How to know what you always want to say. How to escalate once you have the phone number. We'll cover how to keep a woman interested. And a big part of that is understanding who you really are. It's so important. So we're going to completely rebrand you. We're going to find out what makes you tick. We're going to discover your passions. And we're going to use them to become the most dynamic and electrifying man possible. You're going to be bold, honest, and authentic. And that's only scratching the surface of what we cover. You remember, you'll have access to all this material for life. Look, I'm going to tell you one thing. I'm looking right now at my web guy right now. Hey, Troy, what's up, man? Good to see you. He's saying the website is extremely busy right now. Great. Troy, make sure the website does not crash and you make sure that everybody can get their order in here because we are going to limit this. That's right. Oh, wait, let me look at my notes. Okay, Troy, thank you for the notes, my friend. 100 people and that's it. That's all we can handle. That's all we're going to do. I'm going to shut this offer down as soon as we reach 100 guys on our group coaching call. Once it's done, once I hit 100 guys, the offer is going to be shut. I also sent out an email to my test list, to the people that were interested ahead of time. If you're on that list, great. So you're probably already signed up. And right now, the way it looks like we're actually getting some of those people right now signing up. Let me tell you something. If you're sick of being frustrated socially and you're uncomfortable and done with feeling rejected by women, hello, why do you want to be rejected when you can control the situation? If you're tired of asking yourself why you still don't have this stuff handled, then you need to jump on board and join the Confidence Code right now. It is a one-time payment of $297 for 4 weeks of coaching videos, exclusive group coaching calls, private emails to me anywhere, which I'll answer you on any dating or relationship issues you have, and a copy of my new program, Inner Game. I want to make this the year your life takes off. I want this to be the year you can finally get to Granny's Thanksgiving table and proudly show off your new hot babe. That's right. Granny will be proud, right? There are further details about exactly what you're going to get down below. So, I'm losing my voice because I'm so damn excited. And also, details about my 60-day guarantee. I'm completely making this risk-free for you, so enjoy it. Look, if you're ready to become one of the lucky 100 who join my Confidence Code, then just click that button down below. Because I can't wait to personally meet you on the call. As a matter of fact, I'm so excited to meet you that I'm going to ask Alex right now. Alex, if you were in the same position and you were listening to this right now, would you jump on the call or would you constantly consider thinking about all the things?
No, I'll jump right into it.
Thank you. Look, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to any of you right now if it wasn't for what I learned in my life. I'm going to urge anybody out there on the fence to jump over the fence and get over the fence. Allow me to teach you the ultimate confidence. Join me on the Confidence Code. So with this in mind, it's a real fucking pleasure to be here with you today. And I look forward to seeing you on the inside because these calls are going to rock and we are going to change your life forever. Thank you.